The stretch of road that leads out of the city and past Hazy Harbour is perhaps the most unpleasant road in the entire world. It is called Lousy Lane. Lousy Lane was lousy because, well, the smell there was terrible. The trees that produced ginger was very strong that one only had to look at it to feel ill. And there was also a local horseradish nearby that produced a horrendously potent smell that could cause anyone to faint. I'm sorry to say that the Baudelaire children and Mr. Poe had to drive down this unfortunate road when the Baudelaire children were getting sent to Dr. Montgomery. On that note, don't expect this story to be any happier than the first, as although the children are about to encounter a giddy uncle and numerous of interesting reptiles, their story is definitely not going to get any happier. There's your warning if you want to watch this video that has a happy ending. Oh my god, that's a terrible smell there. It smells like ginger mixed in with horseradish. That's because there's a local horseradish nearby, Klaus. Hopefully we can get off this road quickly and we meet our new guardian. Oh yeah, the new guardian's house is just over there, actually. Nanu. I hope the new guardian is good as well, Sonny. He must be better than Count Olaf. Anything is better than him. Are you sure that this is his house? Yeah, but his name is on the post box, so this must be his house. Aren't you gonna come in with us, just in case if it's safe or not? No, Klaus, I have to be getting back to the bank. If you need to contact me, just phone me at Mortuary Money Management. I'll be there anytime. Okay, he's just gonna leave us here with some stranger who we don't know. It mustn't be that bad. Ding dong. I think he's coming out. I hear footsteps at least. Hello, 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 little children. My name is Dr. Montgomery, but you may call me Dr. Uncle Monty. I don't actually like my official title. You must be the Baudelaire children. Yes, my name's Violet, this is my younger sister Sunny, and this is my middle brother Klaus. You look very intelligent. Violet, I heard that you're a genius inventor. Sunny, you can bite food, and Klaus, you can read so many books. Yeah, that's right. I really like the look of your house. Why is it all snake-themed? You'll see when you get inside. Come on, I just prepared some coconut cream cake for all of us. Uncle Monty. Wait, what is it? I don't think my little sister Sunny will want coconut cream cake. She prefers harder things. She prefers harder food. That's kind of odd for a baby, but not odd for many snakes. How about I give Sunny a raw carrot? Yay. My sister means that she would really like a raw carrot, Uncle Monty. Well, come in. I have an amazing room to show you. Just by the way, you'll be all given your own separate beds in your own separate rooms. This guy seems like an improvement. Yeah, so far. This, children, is my prized possession. A whole room in your house? It's called the Reptile Room. Here I keep all of my prized reptiles from all of my expeditions. I'm planning on sending you children to Peru. How would you like that? Peru? Wait, you actually mean that you're gonna take us there? Absolutely, Baudelaires. I do all my finest investigation in faraway parts of the world, and this time, I want you children to come on this journey with me. How does that sound? Ning. Oh, my sister means, she'd really like that idea. What kind of snakes are in the reptile room? The reptile room isn't just home to snakes, Klaus. It's home to all different types of reptiles. Look, over there, that's a one-winged toad. A one-winged toad? I never heard of any of those things. Why does it only have one wing? It has only one wing because it only really needs one wing to fly, so yeah. And here is a tortoise that can listen to disco music while eating bananas. Yay! Yes, Sonny, it does seem very interesting indeed. Oh, and over here is the most important one of all. What's the most important one? Uncle Monty, what is this snake? Oh, that snake is called the incredibly deadly viper. Ah! Sorry there. My typewriter just jammed. Let me fix that. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, the attack of the incredibly deadly viper. So, what you're about to see is truly graphic, so if you want to look away, I'd advise that you do it right now, because Sunny found herself in quite the predicament with the incredibly deadly viper. Sunny, what are you doing? Sunny! Save her, Uncle Monty, she's gonna get bitten by the snake! Don't let the snake bite our sister, what are you doing? We have to do something! Relax, children, relax. Oh my god. Don't worry, this snake would never bite Sunny. But it's called the incredibly deadly viper! The thing is, the incredibly deadly viper is actually hugging Sunny, and he's actually being very kind to it. Sunny is completely unharmed. But why is Sunny unharmed? But you called it the incredibly deadly viper for a reason. I don't see why it would not be called anything but that. Children, the thing is, the incredibly deadly viper is one of the least dangerous and most friendliest creatures in the entire animal kingdom. It would never hurt us. It would not hurt a fly, let alone a child. But why is it called the incredibly deadly viper? Its name is what's called a misnomer. What's a misnomer? I think it means like a very wrong and inaccurate name. That's the exact definition, Klaus. The incredibly deadly viper is not dangerous at all. It would never hurt you children. And I promise you children that as long as you treat these reptiles nicely, no harm will ever come to you in the reptile room. Uncle Monty was using what's called dramatic irony. Since this story is about the Baudelaire children, and we've already seen them deal with a horrendous man named Count Olaf, and all the miseries we saw them get up into in the story or so, you must be expected that something bad will happen to them in the reptile room. So when Uncle Monty says, "I promise, children, that no harm will ever come to you in the reptile room," we should all expect dramatic irony to come at its doorstep. And of course, dramatic irony means when the audience know more than what the characters on stage know about, meaning that we all know that something bad is going to happen to Uncle Monty in the reptile room, even if he says that no harm will come to the Baudelaires. Here, children, is my reptile room library, and also where I keep venom samples of the most dangerous snakes known to man. Wow, really? What's the most venomous snake ever? Probably the Mambo du Mal. I've read about all that. Its venom can kill one man, let alone 10. That's right, Klaus. Well, there's a lot of books about snakes in this library, so if you ever have an interest in reading, Klaus, just come to the reptile room and read up on some snakes. That sounds incredible, Uncle Monty. This whole room is amazing. All the reptiles look so interesting, and I can't wait to read all these books about them. Like I said, children, no harm will ever come to you in the reptile room as long as you treat the reptiles fair, okay? Now, I'll need to go off shopping, and you just look after the reptiles while I'm gone. Okay, Uncle Monty. Okay, I'll go off and look after the tortoises. Klaus, can you go off and check on the lizards? And Sunny, you can just play with the incredibly deadly viper if you want. Yay. Well, it turns out that the viper isn't deadly after all. It actually liked Sunny. I don't see how anything could go bad in this place. Maybe Mr. Poe made the right choice about bringing us to Uncle Monty. He seems very friendly so far. Yeah, he actually does seem friendly, and he allows us our own separate rooms, and he allows us to read and take part in his expeditions. You know, this might actually not be so bad. Yeah. And Sunny's having a lot of fun with the incredibly deadly viper, so... Ding dong. Huh, is Uncle Monty back already? He must be. I'm sorry to inform you, dear viewer, that the person at the door was most certainly not Uncle Monty. How about we just open the door? Yeah, we probably should and just see who it is. Thank you for letting me in. Who are you? My name is Stefano, Dr. Montgomery's new assistant. Nyan. I know, Sonny, something seems off about this man. Wait, doesn't he look a bit like Count Olaf? He does. You're not Stefano, you're Count Olaf. You can't prove that. I am a new assistant, I am in no way related to this Count Omar. Count Olaf, you mean? You look like Count Olaf. You're hiding something in your trousers, which is probably your tattoo of an eye on your ankle, and we're not letting you into this house. You think again about that, orphans, before I slice one of your toes off. You wouldn't dare do that. I definitely would. Let me see. Klaus is still a bookish nerd. Violet is still inventing those ridiculous contraptions. And Sunny, I see, still has 9 toes instead of 10. Wait, what are you talking about? My sister has 10 toes just like everybody else, or like most people, at least. Oh, I don't think so. I swore that I saw someone drop a knife on one of her toes and it severed it. You wouldn't dare do that to Sunny. Oh, I would. If that means I can get your fortune, that is. You may think that you feel safe now, orphans, but trust me, you won't be when I take you to Peru. You're not going to Peru. We wouldn't even go to the end of the driveway with you, let alone international waters. Nah, don't think you're gonna outsmart me. I'm gonna get the better of you. Children, I'm back. Wait, who's this man? I am Stefano, Dr. Montgomery's new assistant. He's not Stefano, he's Count Olaf, Uncle Monty, you have to believe us. Wait, do you mean that Count Olaf that tried to marry off Violet when she was only 14 and tried to steal the Baudelaire inheritance? Nah. What Sonny means is that absolutely, this man is not to be trusted. I am not Count Omar, I am Stefano, his new assistant, and I am here to help Dr. Montgomery on his new expedition to Peru, in research of dangerous snakes. He's a liar! Uncle Monty, can you see that he's a liar? Well, Stefano, if you are what the children believe you are, could we please talk about this sometime later? Okay. Would you like to come into my reptile room, Stefano? Absolutely. I would love to see, this incredibly deadly viper of yours. We have to tell Uncle Monty that Stefano is really Count Olaf. We have to prove that he's Count Olaf in disguise. I know, Violet. I know that it's Count Olaf. He's trying to ruin our lives. Children, can I please talk to you outside for a moment? Yes, Uncle Monty, what do you want to talk about? Children, I don't think the Stefano man is really who I think he is. We were talking in the reptile room, and I saw him eyeing some of my most interesting reptiles. The incredibly deadly viper was one. What do you think he's trying to steal it? He might be stealing it, I don't know. Uncle Monty, do you really think he could be Count Olaf in disguise? I have my suspicions, children. He's been acting very strange, hasn't he? I mean, he's been spying all of my reptiles. I believe he may be one of the spies of the Herpetological Society. The Herpetological Society? Yes, that's the society I work with. The reason why I called the incredibly deadly viper a misnomer was because I wanted to play a bit of a trick on them, but I didn't expect one of their spies to come into my house. We must do something, Uncle Monty, before one of us gets hurt. I know, children. We wouldn't want any of us getting... Uncle Monty! Ow, what is that? It's a large brass reading lamp. Someone must have dropped it out of the window. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Stefano would never hurt his new employer. He's Count Olaf. Klaus, I think he's trying to murder Uncle Monty. I think I saw his silhouette just standing next to the window. He's definitely trying to kill Uncle Monty just so that he can take us away to Peru and try steal our fortune. We have to tell Uncle Monty. I know. I'm very sorry about Stefano, children. I should have never introduced him to into our lives. But to make up for it, I'm planning to take you to the movies. What movie are we gonna watch? It's called Zombies in the Snow. Oh, that sounds like an interesting movie. Is Stefano coming with us? Absolutely, but I'll keep my eye out on him, children. I'll make sure that he never hurts you. I'm being attacked by the zombies, help! Oh man, this movie's so boring. Stefano, it isn't even getting into the good parts yet. Children, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, Uncle Monty, just enjoying the movie. Has Stefano acted weirdly yet? I saw him walk out of the theater once. He must be doing something suspicious behind my back. By the looks of it, he must be. Klaus, let's just try not to worry about it. Uncle Monty's been really nice to us so far, and I really just hope that Uncle Stefano doesn't ruin it for us. You mean Count Olaf? Yeah, I know it's Count Olaf, Klaus. I'm just trying not let him get in the way of our fun, you know? I suppose so. Oh, can I just leave for a moment? Okay, Stefano, just make sure that you're back in a while. Okay. He's leaving, that's suspicious. Okay, looking at some of Uncle Monty's reptiles. Oh, Stefano? Yes, what do you want me for? Show me your ankle. I knew it! There's a tattoo on your ankle. That means you're up to no good, Stefano. I suspected that you were Count Olaf, and now my theory has been proven accurate. Well, there's nothing you can stop me now. There is, Stefano. I do not want you as my assistant anymore. You're scaring the children, and I see that you're spying on my reptiles for some reason. And what were you even doing in my venom sample closet? Just checking to see which ones were appropriate for the trips to Peru. I can't wait for the trip, you know, and I want to see which ones are not appropriate to use, on humans, you know? Yeah, I never told you that you had permission to look into my samples, so now I must ask you to leave. But I am your assistant, you cannot fire me this quickly. I can. Go! If you say so. But poor Stefano will not find another job. You're not Stefano. I know that you're Count Olaf and you're scaring the children. Can I still stay? Go! I have to apologize to the Baudelaires. I knew that man felt suspicious ever since he started looking at my reptiles. Baudelaires? What is it, Uncle Monty? I thought the movie was very good, did you? Yes, I thought the movie was very nice myself. I'm very sorry about Stefano. I know that he's Count Olaf. Wait, you do? He showed me the tattoo of an eye on his ankle, and I knew that it was him. I knew it! I knew that Stefano was Count Olaf. And now we're finally safe from him, right? Well, I fired him, so we will not have to worry about this Count Olaf Stefano man in our lives anymore. Well, do you mind if you feed some of my reptiles for me? Absolutely, Uncle Monty. Thank you so much for providing us with a home, and honestly, this has been the best home I've ever had ever since our old one was destroyed. I know, children. I will promise that no danger will ever come to you again. I also heard that Stefano chased you around with a knife. He did. He threatened to cut Sunny's toes off. That's it. I am not allowing that man into our house ever again. Yan. What Sunny means is, thank you, Uncle Monty. Thanks. It's good, children. After you feed the reptiles, it's time to go to bed, okay? And tomorrow, we're going to Peru. Good night, children. Thanks for feeding my reptiles for me. No worries, Uncle Monty. I can't wait to go to Peru tomorrow. Can't wait to be there with you, kids. Good night. Good night. It's in this part of the story where dramatic irony arrives. Uncle Monty told the children that no trouble would ever come to them in the reptile room, and that the incredibly deadly viper was 100% innocent. And while it is innocent, Uncle Monty was soon going to find himself in quite the pickle. Just checking in on my reptiles before I leave. Oh! Klaus, did you hear that? Yeah, I think I heard a scream. Maybe Uncle Monty's in trouble. We have to go down. Come on, Sunny. Uncle Monty! Uncle Monty, where are you? Nan. Is he dead? He looks like he got bitten, look! There's bite marks just there! But, like, how? He said that a lot of the snakes in his reptile room couldn't have hurt him. What a shame, what a shame. Uncle Monty is dead, and now it looks like I'm the only one who can take you to Peru. We're not going anywhere with you, Count Olaf. We're not even going to go get into your car. Oh, don't be fooled, children. Dr. Montgomery would have wanted me to take you to Peru, even though he died of a terrible accident. He got bitten by the incredibly deadly viper in the dead of night. How could the biter have bit him? Uncle Monty said that the viper was one of the least dangerous creatures in the entire animal kingdom. How could it have hurt him? It hurt him because it got out of its cage and bit him. Look, those are bite marks there. Nan! Sunny means that we don't believe you. The incredibly deadly viper would not hurt anyone. You're making up lies. I am not, children. Now, it's time for us to go to Peru. Uncle Monty didn't even want you to go to Peru. You can't send us anywhere. Well, he isn't here now, is he, Uncle Monty? He died, so now I can pretty much take custody of you children. Come along. Now, come on, children, get into the car or I'll... what's going on here? Ah! You nearly scared me. Oh, sorry, I'm very sorry that I did. Well, Baudelaire, how's it going with your Uncle Monty? He died. Wait, how did Uncle Monty die? He died of a venomous snake bite. Wait, who are you? I'm Stefano, Dr. Montgomery's, well, I used to be Dr. Montgomery's new assistant until he died because the incredibly deadly viper bit him. Incredibly deadly viper? In Uncle Monty's house? Did it hurt any of you children? No, the incredibly deadly viper wouldn't hurt anyone. Uncle Monty said that it's one of the friendliest animals in the world. Then why is it called the incredibly deadly viper if it's so friendly? It's because it's a misnomer. A miss what? Mr. Poe wouldn't understand. Okay, since I am Dr. Montgomery's new assistant, we should investigate on the body and see what happened. Absolutely, but we need to call a doctor in order to take the body away from the reptile room, wouldn't we? Well, yes. Well, thankfully, I do know a doctor just nearby called Dr. Lucafont. He'll probably be able to help us. Oh, thank God. I'm really happy that your children are safe. The viper wouldn't hurt us, Mr. Poe. And this guy is Count Olaf in disguise. He's trying to take us away to Peru so that he can steal our fortune. Take it to Peru? But he said that his name is Stefano, and he was Dr. Montgomery's assistant. How could he be Count Olaf? Just look, he would have the tattoo of an eye on his ankle. I don't see any tattoo. You're not even looking properly. Well, after enough ringing on the telephone, we have now hired Dr. Lucafont. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Lucafont, and I am here to examine Uncle Monty's dead body. So, yeah, I should start investigating. Violet, why does, Dr. Lucafont's arms look fake? I know, they look kind of plasticky, don't they? I know, Sunny. I will go off and examine the body while you guys do other important work, I suppose. Good job, Dr. Lucafont. Now do your best, because we don't want the children getting scarred by Uncle Monty's lifeless, cold body. Don't you dare comment on him like that. Children, can you please go off to a different room while the adults deal with the situation? But Mr. Poe, Stefano killed Uncle Monty. Now, children, go. Come on, Violet, he's not going to believe us. He never believes us. Violet, what are we going to do now? Uncle Monty's dead, but we can't prove to the adults that Stefano killed him. Count Olaf killed him. I know, Klaus, this seems hard, but if I can think of something. Wait, Violet's tying her hair up in a ribbon. I have an idea. Klaus, how about you and Sunny distract the adults in the reptile room and try find out some clues while I check inside Stefano's suitcase? Okay, Violet, you go off and do that. Come on, Sunny, let's go to the reptile room and distract the adults, and I'll try read some facts about venomous snakes while you go off and investigate Stefano's van. See you later, Klaus. It is now in this part of the story that I bring up a hackneyed phrase called "meanwhile back at the ranch." The word hackneyed here means something that is tiresome, such as a cliché that you'd find in movies and TV shows. The phrase "meanwhile back at the ranch" means while one person in the story is doing another thing, someone else is doing something else in another location. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Klaus and Sunny were sneaking into the reptile room, where Klaus was reading up notes in Uncle Monty's library about venomous snakes, while Violet was trying to invent a device that could allow her to see the insides of Stefano's suspicious suitcase. Well, here is the dead body of Uncle Monty, Dr. Lucafont. Let me see, yeah, that definitely looks like a snake bite to me. A deadly one at that. So, who do you think did the biting? Who killed Uncle Monty? The incredibly deadly viper, of course. It isn't called that for no reason. Yep, the incredibly deadly viper must have snuck out of its cage and bit Uncle Monty in the dead of night. And now he's dead, and the children have no relatives anymore. Unless they come live with me. Okay, Stefano, maybe let's not get so ahead of ourselves yet. Come on, Sunny. We have to be quiet, or the adults are going to notice we're here. I can't find anything. Wait, look. Yeah. Look, Sunny. It says, "The Mambo de Mal is one of the deadliest snakes in the entire world." Remember when I told Uncle Monty about that? He has it right here in this book. Yeah. So, let's go to the venom samples. Nee. Let me see. All the samples seem to be here. Oh, Sunny, why did you bite me? Yeah. Wait, you see some? One of the samples is missing. Mambo de Mal. The Mambo de Mal venom sample is missing, so Stefano must have used it to murder Uncle Monty. Nah, aha. Yes, aha, Sunny. Aha, indeed. Now we just need to wait for Violet to come back. But what if the adults try to go outside and see where she is? We need to create a distraction. Play with the incredibly deadly viper to make it look like that the viper is attacking you, Sunny? That's a genius idea. Okay, here we go. Look, I see the suitcase. Let's see what's inside the suitcase. Wait. I need to lock it somehow. Come on, Violet, I have to invent something. I have an idea. Okay. If I just get this, I might be able to open it. I could use these bits of metal from a keychain I used to own as a kid to make a pick lock. There. What is this? A syringe and a piece of cloth. What could this tell me? Wait, there's something in there. Looks like some kind of serum. Wait, Uncle Monty told us that he had venom samples. And this syringe is in Stefano's suitcase, which means Stefano must have taken some of the venom sample and used it on Uncle Monty. I know this is the proof that he killed him, and I don't really know what he could have used this cloth for, but I suppose we'll find out soon. What do you think you're doing? None of your business, Count Olaf. I'm going to expose you to the adults. Do you actually think that you're going to accomplish that? You're not going to show anyone anything. Don't you worry. I will definitely show the adults all about this. You killed Uncle Monty using a syringe that you filled up with some of Uncle Monty's venom samples. You must be joking. I am Stefano. I would never ever kill Dr. Monty Montgomery. Well, my employer. He's not your employer, and he never was. I'm gonna show this to Violet, to Klaus and Sunny, and there's nothing you can do about it. Get back here, you! I suppose I'll have to keep concealing my acts. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Klaus and Sunny were trying to come up with met Violet once again, and we're trying to come up with a way on how to distract the adults. Klaus, I'm back! Oh, Violet, thank goodness! Nah. Let me see. This is the stuff I found in Stefano's suitcase. It's a syringe containing some of the venom samples that Uncle Monty used. Me and Sunny found a venom sample was missing on the cabinet shelf. It was called Mambo de Mal, and I read about it. It said it was one of the most venomous snakes in the entire world, and when it bites its victims, its whole body is spread in this pale blue vein stuff, But if you look at Uncle Monty, only part of his face is covered in blue veins, meaning that a snake couldn't have bitten him. I know. So, Stefano must have used this syringe. He must have filled it up with the venom, injected it into Uncle Monty, and then I'm guessing he must have used the cloth to hide his ankle. That's it. He used this to conceal his ankle. That's why Mr. Poe couldn't see it. He rubbed the tattoo off his ankle once he killed Uncle Monty, so he wouldn't look suspicious. We foiled him. Now, me and Sunny are just gonna go off and distract the adults. Sunny, where are you going? What is Sunny doing? Snakey! Oh my god! Oh my god, what is happening here? A snake is attacking Sunny! A snake is attacking the tiny girl. I knew it. The incredibly deadly viper is not to be trusted around Uncle Monty or children. Oh, we have to do something before another person gets killed. But why is Sunny... Why is Sunny playing with the snake? She's clearly deranged. The incredibly deadly viper is not supposed to be that friendly. It isn't called that name for no reason. Great job, Sunny. You were able to distract the adults. Mr. Poe, we have to tell you something. We found evidence. Evidence of what, exactly? Evidence that Stefano killed Uncle Monty. Klaus, what are you talking about? Let us explain, Mr. Poe. Look, I found these in Stefano's suitcase. Oh, good girls aren't supposed to look into people's suitcases now, Violet. My sister is a good girl, and she's good at many things, but she knows when something feels off about someone. And I knew immediately that something was off about Stefano. Look, if you look closely at the syringe, there seems to be some kind of liquid, there's some kind of fluid in it. Uncle Monty says that he kept venom samples of every venomous snake known to man. This fluid must be one of the samples. Mr. Poe, if you look at the venom sample, you'll see that one of the samples is missing. One of them are missing. It's called Mambo de Mal. Exactly. Stefano must have stole some of the Mamba Dumal's venom and put it into the syringe, and then injected it into Uncle Monty so that it could kill him. So yeah, that's wait what? Yes, you injected that stuff into Uncle Monty, right? But surely the snake must have still bitten him. No, the snake couldn't have bitten him. If the Mamba Dumal did bite Uncle Monty, his whole face would be completely pale and covered in blue veins. Rashes, I mean. But of course it's not. Only part of his face is covered in that, meaning that the injection theory is true. And I found this. This white cloth was used to conceal Count Olaf's ankle. Mr. Poe, remember when you looked down at Stefano's ankle and you saw nothing? Yeah? That turned out, it turns out that Count Olaf wiped the tattoo off with this cloth to make it look like that he was not the killer. This is ridiculous. These children do not know what they're talking about. Well, if the children really are concerned that you're Count Olaf, you might as well show us that you're not Count Olaf, Stefano. Your ankle, please. See? There is no tattoo. Alright then. May I use this cloth and lick it and reveal the tattoo? But you cough all the time. Surely it's going to be full of germs and whatnot. Well, the children are scared, so I'll do this to you, whether you like it or not. I knew it! There was a tattoo on the ankle. Stefano, are you in fact Count Olaf? I am, actually. And I did inject Uncle Monty with a venom sample, and I did conceal my tattoo. And I'm planning on sending the children to Peru so I can take care of their enormous fortune. No way am I sending you, Count Olaf, to Peru with the children. You are under arrest and... You know... Count Olaf is not the only one in disguise. Is this one of Count Olaf's accomplices? Yes, by the looks of it. Have you ever noticed why my hands are never present? Did you wonder why my hands looked fake and plastic? It's because they were actually hooks, idiots. Well, we could actually figure that your hands are very fake, actually. I need to tell the authorities about this immediately. You won't be able to, because I have to run. Yeah, following you, boss. No, they're getting away. We just exposed them. Mr. Poe, we have to run after them. No, children, leave this to the authorities. It's not good for young children like you to be chasing after criminals. But Mr. Poe... Besides, it's too late to call the authorities now, Mr. Poe. They've already escaped. Oh, what are we gonna do? Count Olaf is still on the loose and Uncle Monty's dead. Well, but before I call the authorities, I'll have to find a new guardian for you. Could this day get any worse? I don't think so, Klaus. Wait, Violet, do you see that? See what? Yeah, I didn't notice this near Uncle Monty's dead body. His body must have been on top of it. No? Yeah, it says, Sunny, go to Aunt Josephine's, children. She lives near Lake Lachrymose. My house is no longer safe. Uncle Monty. So, he wants us to go to Aunt Josephine's next? But we don't even know Aunt Josephine. It says that she lives near Lake Lachrymose, so I presume that she must be our next guardian. She must be, if Uncle Monty says so. He must have wanted to send us to Aunt Josephine when he realized that Count Olaf came into his house. He's just trying to keep us safe. I feel so bad that we let him die at Count Olaf's hands, and the incredibly deadly viper was nearly framed because of it. I know, Klaus, it's all terrible. Mr. Poe, who is that man? Oh, this is Bruce from the Herpetology Society. He came here to collect all of Uncle Monty's reptiles since, well, No one owns this house anymore, so we have to bring them to, like, I don't know, a zoo or something. You can't do this. Violet, it's for the best. These reptiles have nowhere to live now, so it's probably best for them to go off and live and go off to the zoo now. I'm very sorry, dear children, that this has to happen. My name's Bruce, by the way, kids, and I'm just doing this as part of my job. Can we at least say goodbye to the reptiles? Well, after that experience, children, I highly doubt you ever want to look at a snake again. Anyways, Aunt Josephine is your next guardian. Yes, we know. Uncle Monty wanted us to go to her next. Well, she's next on the list of guardians, so we'll have to take the Fickle Fairy over to Damocles' dock. Well, can Sunny at least say goodbye to the Viper before it goes? Okay. Go on, Sunny. Go say goodbye. Goodbye. I'm very sorry, Sunny. I wish you could spend more time with it, but unfortunately that's just not how the story goes. Even though the Baudelaires were now technically safe on the Fickle Ferry and about to arrive at Damocles' dock, the Baudelaires still felt sad over the loss of Uncle Monty and the fact that they lost a man who genuinely cared for them. I'm very sorry I'm very sad that we couldn't say goodbye to Uncle Monty. I know, children, it must have been very upsetting to lose your uncle. He seemed like a good choice for you. He was more than just a good choice. He gave us our own rooms, he provided us with food, and he wanted to bring us to Peru so badly, but now we won't be able to do that. Well, hopefully Aunt Josephine will be better than the last experience. She said, just to point out, children, when we arrive on the dock, she won't be there for you because she says that she's scared about meeting you children on the dock and she doesn't like going into town. So I don't really know what that's about. But I do hope you have fun with her anyways. Hope so. But considering the Baudelaire but considering these two escapades that the Baudelaire children went on, I can assure you that their next guardian is definitely not going to be any better.